You're so cute. Do we on you? Do we on look?
This is my dog. Sam likes to act like it's her dog, but it's actually my dog.
You did bring her back from the dead.
I'm a necromancer like that. I breathed life back into her. And you know what? They say that you can't really bring dogs back after they die. I did it on my couch. So
All she did was shake her and scream.
I did it. What are you doing? That's what you did. I had actually like breathe into her little nose.
You were yelling to her. You were screaming.
I was also doing the what do they call it when they push on the body?
If you didn't know, Peach died once and then she rose again.
Not like God, but like something else, like a Dumia.
Yep.
Okay. Now let's get into it.
It is day 1 of Vlogmas. It is December 1st, 2023.
I keep wanting to say it's 2024 this morning, and like that really freaked me out.
That's way too. That's way. It's
Isn't
not.
that
It's not 20.
I don't know where I got that, but this morning I was like, yeah, it's 2024, December 1st.
So we are doing a little bit of an intro today because well, we were going to do it before today, but then I had too many videos to edit because I had to do the winter collection.
It was just too much. Okay, it was too much. We had too much stuff to do. Winter prep on the farm. Everything was just, it got in the way. So today we're just gonna kind of blend it all together and do like a what you should cast now with your Advent video.
Yeah. So we have been doing Advent patterns, knit along patterns, since what was it, 2018?
Oh
no.
That's a lot.
2017 maybe. Was it? Okay, so for the first year we did Mountains and Minis.
Where is it? Okay, so it's time for you to go away for a little while.
Go and rest.
I have to hold the arm.
Go and take a nap.
She's going in the wool chair. The wool chair.
Go get caught in the wool. So, yeah, wait, how many do we have here? And I didn't do one every year. So we have, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
And then this year 6. I'm gonna include this year's. Oh, I don't even have it.
Oh, where is it? I'll go grab it.
It's in the knitting or the breakfast nook.
Okay.
Sorry.
I'll be right back, everybody.
So we've been doing it for a few years now. It might have been 2017. Mountains and Minis was published. But yeah, so this is almost like a little bit of a podcast in the beginning, but we are kind of like, we have a sale going on. So I'll just tell you about the sale right now. We have a pattern sale going on right now. All of my mini skein designs, so not just the Advent ones that I'm showing today. I'm just showing the Advent ones today because I have a lot of other mini skein. I think I have like 3 or 4 other ones in addition to the Advent ones, but they are all 50% off until the end of December this year, so December 31st, 2023, with code ADVENT. So I'm gonna link that below, but it's also like in the Bumblebee farm group, or if you go to my designer page, the Samby, I have a bundle with all of them in there. But yeah, and then
that's so exciting. A whole bundle.
Yeah, like, a whole bundle.
You have so many options, honestly. Like,
and then we have and I also wanted to say before I forgot that we have a knit along going on right now, so you don't have to use our Bumblebee Farm Advent, which we did do. If you're new here, we do Advents, which is why all these designs exist.
Why this happens? We're like, what are we gonna do with it this year? You know?
Yeah. So we have a knit along going on in our Ravelry group. You can check that out too. I'll link it below, but it's also just in the Bumblebee Farm Ravelry group, and you can just see it. It's like the top thread. But yeah, we're doing like a giveaway and everything. You don't need to use Bumblebee Acres yarn, but you do have to use Bumblebee Acres design. And yeah,
which that's fair.
Yeah,
that's fair.
But yeah,
because sometimes you just have an Advent sitting around from like 3 years ago, and you're like, what the heck do I do with it? I'll just do a knit along this year. Yeah,
no, it's it also like lets you figure out, like, since there's so many options, like you have a bunch of options to choose. Well, we will show them today, but a bunch of options to choose of what you want to do with your
like what style and what vibe you want, which is really cool.
So the first one, we'll do them in chronological order of what was designed first. So this is, and which is the front? This is the front.
Yeah, that's the front.
This is the Mountains and Minis, and I didn't actually use an Advent or an Advent calendar to knit this. I just used a bunch of 40-yard minis, so 10-gram minis. And it is a wrap or a scarf. It's kind of like lost a little bit of its blocking, but it blocks a little bit wider.
Wow.
But yeah, this is actually the model in the pattern photo.
It's me in real time, you know.
And the pattern also has an extra wide version, which I brought that with just to show you guys. There is an extra wide version.
Which I love.
And this one's done in 3 yarns. So if you want to just do the knit along and you don't have advent, like an advent calendar, or you have stash yarn you want to use, almost all of my patterns, I think all of them do say what, like an option for if you are mixing in scraps or stash busting, basically. But yeah, this one has a fade in it, and that is in the pattern.
Super cool, because like it really does fade, especially with like the chevron style. It like really fades nicely. I like that.
So the Mountains of Minis is an easy one. It's not really like a mystery knit along because it's just the same stitch repeat that goes on.
Just easy TV knitting.
Yeah, because it's easy to memorize. It's a lace garter. So I actually designed this stitch. I combined basically garter and lace chevron to make it a little bit more robust instead of it being just lace and just garter like this year's is, which we will show you at the end. But
yeah, it's more like,
yeah, it's a little bit more.
What's the word? I was just about to say it and then I forgot it.
Elegant?
Yes. The lace makes it a little bit more elegant, where like the one this year is a little bit more like it's
cozy.
It's like got that cozy.
It's got more of a cottage core
chevron blanket your grandma made kind of like squish and feel to it.
But this is what I was wearing almost every day at Rhinebeck when we were at
so
Rhinebeck
warm.
and everything. It's so cute. It's so nice. But yeah, so that is the first one, Mountains of Minis.
I love it. And there's no fading too, so it's like super easy.
Oh yeah, no fading, and
you can just literally sit down and just knit it.
And if you want, you can use like all of your mini skein in it. The extra wide version lets you use 20 gram minis instead, but the regular version is pretty much will use up all of your 40 yard 10 gram minis. So
such a pretty like stitch, honestly. And then like that right there is just like, I don't know, I had to show
it.
I had to show it.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Nice.
So it's a I also wanted to say that all of them are written for 10 gram minis, so 40 yards. So you can just use your scraps too if you want.
This one matches me right now.
But most of them have instructions on how to use 20 gram minis instead. There are a couple that don't. I think it's Speltus and
it's a calico quilt too, probably.
Calico Quilt. I did give instructions on how to make it with 20
That
gram.
would be huge.
It was Speltus and I don't think I did it for Hugo and Hearth or the Ponceau de Monet scarf. But okay, let's keep in order.
Okay, we're getting distracted.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna put this by Peach.
Oh, you're just laying it on her?
Yeah. She has she liked it. She just laid back down. Right.
So next we have the Calico Quilt shawl. Is this the front side or the back side?
I feel like both sides mirror, honestly.
Oh, this
when
is,
I wear mine.
we have it the right way. So this one is super fun.
This one's my favorite.
And there is an option for a 20 gram version.
I hate picking up stitches, but this one was my favorite one.
Yeah, you finished it, right?
Yes. I was gonna wear it, and then I totally forgot to put it on this morning.
Yeah,
but
and
I love how big it is. Though mine isn't blocked, so like I really need to do that because look at how
it
nice.
gets way bigger if you block
It's
it.
beautiful.
It's very
squishy.
Squashy.
It's kind of like a little blanket shawl.
It's all garter. It's knit all one piece, so you pick up and knit. You don't have to do any seaming. You have enough of your minis left over to do cute tassels at the end, which is what I did. But yeah, this pattern is actually written in 25 days. So I haven't made a condensed version, but basically when you knit, let me see, which one did I start with?
Once you do the second row,
once you do the second row, you pretty much,
you know what to do for the rest of it. That's how I felt.
Continues.
Because like you connect it differently for the second row with the bottom. So it kind of just explains, you know.
Mm-hmm. And you can also flip it around if you have 20 gram minis, and you can just flip it upside down and start connecting the same way you did your second row, and just start connecting
on top and make a blanket.
And make it a blanket. You can continue and add more squares or more triangles to make it even wider if you want. It's actually like pretty adaptable. You can also like play with your placement. And it's got a little bit of a crease from, yeah. But this was our Downton Abbey advent from, what was it?
Oh my gosh.
I think it was our first year of advents. We did Lord of the Rings.
Was
no, or was it our second year?
I think it was our second year. I think our first year we just did the crazy one and the...
No, the crazy one was just minis I took from our batch. Now we're thinking.
Yeah, anyways, whatever. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I don't know why we do this. I don't know why
it does have pictorial tutorials and everything in the pattern on how to do it. But yeah, it is in like 25 pages or more than 25 because there's an intro.
It was a lot of fun in it though. Like even though I hated picking up stitches, well, first of all, it taught me how to do it nicely, which was wonderful because like It's important to know.
It's a lot of fun. It's like weirdly a lot of fun to knit this one. I really enjoyed it.
And seeing it get done, like each little triangle, is like very gratifying because they go by really quick, especially once you get to like the decrease. It's like done. Like it flies by.
And a cool part about this is that they are all knit in the same direction. So as you can see, the whole thing works and behaves like as if it were
a single piece of fabric.
Yeah. So you don't have your stitches going in different directions because you picked up in different ways. It's all seamless.
I love that.
And if you want to do a scarf version, there is the scrapbook scarf that uses the same basic, it's not exactly the same, but the same basic construction. And you can use that one too.
I like the model. Wait, I dropped it. Oh my god.
But yeah, the scrapbook scarf is also 50% off.
It's like we can
this
look at
one
what's
is
on.
Again the calico quilt shawl.
It's like very quilty and like.
Here, you want to stand up so I can see how like, and it's pretty big. I like to have it like go over my shoulder like that because it like really is almost more like a poncho. But yeah,
it's so warm. I love the tassels. I kept yarn on purpose to do the tassels, and I just have never done it. Never blocked it. Never put the tassels on. Idiot mode. I don't know.
Okay. I mean, blocking
I'm too busy casting on new projects.
Blocking it is a little bit of a thing, but okay. What did we do next?
I thought Speltis was your next year.
Yeah, Speltis was the next year.
Trying to fold these guys and keep them pretty.
Yeah,
so I feel like a lot of them need to be reblocked.
It's kind of sad because I don't even get to wear.
Why don't you just wear this, and we'll just start bringing my Lord of the Rings one because it has a little bit more to shows. More colors that we
actually have. Whereas this one, because
so yeah, just gave you an excuse to wear, but now I don't get to wear mine.
Yeah, maybe you shouldn't have. Well, we have a sample that uses a full skein and then I think just 5 minis because you can just play around with the placement on that one.
No, this is back.
Okay, and this one, because we use it as a show sample, it's got a few spots where it's
been hung up where it was a humid place and it got all out of whack.
Yeah, it's got to be reblocked.
It's got all out of whack. Look at that. That's so sad.
But this is a scarf / stole, and as you can see, I really like to use tassels.
Well, you have all those little extras. It really weighs it down and lets you see.
Yeah, the points at the end.
The points good when you're wearing it.
Like I loved knitting this one. This one is so much fun. Though you do need 2 sets of needles to knit it. And again, this is Speltis, and I'll have put the names, but I'll also like just list them.
You should definitely just block this baby. Don't put it back away.
Yeah.
Just because it's so like wide.
Yeah.
If it's not, it's just got a little.
Yeah, I got a little.
But it's so nice. So
but this one is the one that I don't have a 20-gram version for because I had to do like a specific calculation of how many. Basically, the construction goes as you have to pick up and knit along this edge, but it's got to be like almost 1/3 of it. There was a lot of math and figuring it out for me to make it like work perfectly for the 40-yard mini. So for 80 yards, I mean, I just haven't done it yet though. I should just sit down and figure it out and then publish a second version maybe.
Honestly, I think instead of making it go longer, maybe you should just make it wider.
No, it would make it wider.
Wouldn't that be easier? Like do the same length but just wider?
No, I mean it would make it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is you would have to cast on more. You would have to cast on more. So then it would hopefully not make it too much longer. It might make it a little bit longer.
I mean, a little bit longer is fine.
Wider.
But I just feel like that might be a little.
This is surprisingly one of the hottest selling patterns when we go to shows. But it
looks so cool, especially how the colors like change. Like just look at how it like kind of flows into the next one. Where the calico quilt is a little bit more like patchworky feeling and like quilty. This one has more of a blend to it somehow.
So fun fact.
I know the colors are all weird.
Speltis is the name of, it's a word for wheat in Latvian. We are Latvian, and yeah, it kind of looked like a head of wheat to me, like little
it really does.
seeds.
Well, so it does, especially when you hold it like this.
That's why it is named the way it is. Yeah, and this was our Game of Thrones advent from like forever ago, if you were wondering about the colors. And also, almost all of these are knit in coquette sock. A couple of them are not, and I'll specifically say when they aren't, but yeah, so far we have coquette sock. May snag to this one.
Yeah, that just happens. Is this Eliana's?
Yes.
Yours. Did you finish yours?
I did not finish mine because she did it in the same color, so it was like.
I love the colors and like the pattern.
So you want to say which one this one is?
No, I don't remember how to say it.
This one is the Huga and Hearth.
There we go, Huga.
Huga and Hearth, and it is an infinity scarf.
I like it because you can pull it apart and make it like hold it just the double, and it's like perfect for like those like low buttoned jackets because like it covers your whole chest, but also you can like do it again, like, make it like real like cozy.
I wonder if because Mom's is a lot tighter knit than.
Well, like this is buttersock.
Yeah,
so
maybe
it's the
that's
silk
why.
and the cashmere made it also kind of like grow.
This is a example of this is done in our buttersock, which is a merino cashmere silk, and this one is our squishy sock, so just merino nylon. Coquette stock is a little different.
She's gonna have my hair all on it, and you know what?
She said to be careful with it because it's her most prized possession.
I understand why. Look at how nice it looks on me.
So yeah, this is the Huga and Hearth, and again, it's not really much of a mystery one. Speltis and Calico Quilt were a little bit more of a mystery one. Knit along. This one, you just repeat. It's super easy. I try to keep if you notice, there's a lot of garter. I try to keep our advent patterns as easy as possible. Calico Quilt and Speltis are a little more complicated, but I try to make them easy in the fact that they're garter, because that way when you're knitting back and forth, you don't have to really think about it too much. You can just pick it up and knit it during the holidays and not really mess up. Like, it's easy to memorize.
I love this one. I don't know why I didn't do this with my one. No, I know why I like the other one better, but it's like so hard for me to knit. I don't know
why it's hard. That
my
one is
brain
easier than
work.
this one to me.
Okay, the minute I have to slip stitches and then knit a row or something,
Your
my
brain
brain
just
can't
stops.
do it. I've cast it on the night shift or whatever, and for some reason my
And
mind
now
didn't
you're like,
connect
why
that it
did I
was
do
slip
this?
stitches.
Why did I
I might
this
do something
to
else with
myself?
it. I might actually literally do something else with it. Those yarns. I'm gonna try. But we're not talking about whips today. We're talking about these.
Yeah, we're talking about some FOs we have. So the Huga and Hearth is just like a,
Oh my gosh, it's squashy. Do it.
just a cozy, cute. This was our Jane Austen advent, and our sister Baby Bee knit this one.
I love it so much.
And she's the one modeling it in the photos. Like, as you can see, it's really pretty. It's garter with just little pops of lace, eyelet lace in there. I just like, it's just so pretty. It's just so
like
pretty.
a classic like knit, you know what I mean? Like it just goes with everything, and it looks so good in that color scheme as well, like the more wild kind of colors.
This one is Queen Bee, so it's, I wonder, did I block this? I thought I did.
You did. It's Squishy Socks, so it just
Bounced.
washes.
It really bounced back.
It's that merino crimp.
But Queen Bee knit this one out of our Rainbows advent that we had the same year as our Jane Austen.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, look at how cute that is. Oh my gosh.
I need to do one. I don't know what I've been doing with my life.
It's so cute. Yeah.
And it was easy too, like to knit. Like I saw them. They were like getting they were easily finishing the color every day.
Yeah,
and moving on to the next one.
It's a very easy repeat.
Because you're not like, wondering if you're doing it right or anything.
Another fun thing is because they're garter projects, it's so easy to count your rows because you just count your ridges, your garter ridges, and then multiply by 2. And then you got your rows. And they're also reversible, so.
It also looks so nice if you
stressful.
didn't connect it and made it like a scarf. Just because, like, look at how nice it looks like.
I think I have instructions on how to do that.
Just because I think it would look really cool.
I don't remember because it's been a few years. This was the 2021 advent? It must have been 2021. Or 2020.
This is the last one and this is the first one, and that's how you can tell.
No, it might have been 2020. Yeah, I think it was 2020.
It was the 2020. We did this while we were in lockdown.
Now on
In
to the next
lockdown.
one.
I can't.
In lockdown.
I love how that sounds. Like, I
Well,
love
it's true.
how that sounds.
It's true. It's true. It's true.
It
Okay.
just sounds so dramatic. It sounds like it's futuristic. I don't know. Now, this is the one that I adore how it looks, but my mind just can't, and it's not even a hard thing to do. It's not even hard.
It's not hard. It's
I
not
am
hard.
just...
It's a very simple infinity scarf. There's also, you can also just knit it as a regular scarf, though the length for this one is not quite enough, I would say, to do it.
A regular scarf.
A regular scarf.
No, if you had maybe a color in between, like if you were using like a full skein and adding it in each one.
And adding it in. So I'm going to show it up close, and you can see the color pooling went absolutely crazy in this, which kind of adds to how cool it is. But obviously, like, your gauge and how your yarns were dyed will depend on if you get this
one here,
cool
like,
pooling like I did.
A little in the pale pink, and it's just like, that looks crazy.
It like is.
It looks so
It's
cool.
really cool. So this is the Pinceau de Monet, which is Monet's paintbrushes, because it just reminded me of kind of those really cool Monet scattered
It also works
colors.
perfect because of the pooling.
Yeah, right?
Honestly, and that's because it's knit in the round. So honestly, most
will
will
work
pull
up like this.
Unless it's like obviously like a tonal or something advent.
But yeah, this one was done in our coquette sock again. This was our Bridgerton advent from last year, and this was last year's pattern. And it is so cozy. I wore it like almost religiously last winter.
You know, it's like knit in a tube.
Oh yeah, that's one fun thing about this one. It is a provisional cast on, and then you seam up your ends together, but it is just knit in the round. So again, easy. You don't have to.
So then it mirrors as well. So then you don't have that like back of the thing like like when you're wearing it.
Yeah.
It's like is.
Yeah, and it's so chunky. It's so chunky and cute and nice and cozy.
Next, the bangs. It's my fave. It's my favorite one. Though the scarf might be my favorite.
And you're working on yours in the
Jane Austen buttersock.
Yeah, and it's beautiful.
It's really nice. I don't have it here right now because looking at it kind of upsets me right now. I was gonna not cast on the new one this year and just work on that one and try and finish it. But then I thought about it, and the fact that I can only work on it in the morning when I can look at it good in morning lights with my coffee to make sure I'm focused.
Yeah, and then we always have the puppies in here in the morning, so then it's like, it's distracting.
It's a sad thing, but I'm gonna get it done. I think that's gonna be my January work on thing. That and my blanket.
Drop my stitches. Okay, so then this year's pattern, so I have not finished it because I didn't have time, but I didn't want to finish it before Advent anyway. I am using our Squishy Sock Outlander Advent.
Yeah.
From quite a while back. But I also want to say, so you might have seen it on Ravelry. I got on the first page about right now. I'm so excited.
It was in the top 10.
It's very, very
Congratulations.
Exciting. Thank you very much.
It was even above the Sophie scarf and
I know.
the ranunculus, or however you say that, which is always on
crazy.
I was like,
crazy.
No way. But it is so pretty.
So this one is the Innsbruck scarf. And again, it's not really much of a mystery knitting pattern. The mystery in most of these are your minis.
Yeah.
So I figure for my designs, there are people who do like gradient advents, people who do like all like muted speckles and stuff. And for that, you can kind of like pick a mystery knit along because you know that your colors are gonna lay a certain way. And
yeah, and you kind of have an idea. But when it's like variegated and like everything's kind of different, which is what our advents always look like. Yeah. Sometimes it's good to just have something that will look good no matter what color you're using.
Also, ours are really themed. So like we do, like this was Outlander. So all of these colors, and a lot of them are in the shop in our Outlander collection, they are like based on characters, based on scenes. So
you kind of want them to shine.
Yeah, you want them to shine. So that way you can look back and you can be like, oh yeah, this is Jamie up here. And this is like a ride through the Highlands right here. But I had a few people confused about this, and I didn't realize this was going to happen. This is the only advent pattern that I say specifically you want to use a contrast skein along with your advents. So my contrast skein, you can see the little stripes are in here. It's like a creamy color. It's our Highlander color, so it's got some speckling in it. The color down here is Jenny, and that was my first color block. And you can kind of see a little bit better on video than you could see.
But you start with the contrast color down here.
Yeah, for 4 rows.
Because this one has a little bit less of a creamy, and it's just...
Yeah, the white in it is more white.
Yeah.
But yeah, they are very similar.
And pictures, hard
People
to
have read the pattern and they commented and emailed me and they're like, that looks like a lot more than 4 rows of that color. And I'm like, don't worry, just follow the pattern. Like, I didn't realize it was going to blend so much, but when you have it like this, you can tell a little bit more of that.
Oh yeah, definitely. And like once you point out that this one has the more of the white background and this one is literally like, it's cream.
Yeah. It's also nice because this is a 1 row repeat. So this is this year's pattern, and it's $1.50. You don't have to use the code on Ravelry. It's $1.50.
It's a 1 row repeat, and I'm scared.
It's a 1 row repeat, so there are upsides and downsides to it. The downside is that you can't use stitch markers, because if it was a 2 row repeat, you could use stitch markers. Because it's a 1 row repeat, you just can't use stitch markers. So that kind of is a bummer. So you do have to count your stitches, but it's the same for every single row.
So I mean, we'll learn, you know, it'll get cemented in our brain, you know, hopefully.
Yeah, it's not too bad. I made a few mistakes and then I just fixed them in my next row.
Okay, cool.
So it's not too hard.
It's not like this one where if I make a mistake in the row underneath, it's like, sucks. That's just what it looks like now though.
Yeah, it's a little more noticeable if you mess up.
Especially if it's during like one of the like blending rows. Yeah. Which honestly, those are the easiest ones because you know which row you're on because of what color is worked. But this, no. I'm gonna get it done. I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, I think you should just,
I just need to
even if you do that one in January, it's a nice color palette for January. And
that's what I'm gonna do.
My Yuka and her thought of it.
I'm gonna work on that in January, and I'm gonna work on my blanket.
So then we can work on the same colorway advent in January.
I thought I was a lot farther in it, and then I moved it into a like holiday bag today, and I looked at it and I like I think I have maybe 5 or 6 colors.
I don't even know how far I am in mine, but I don't
Yours
know
is easier to knit.
if I ball wound all of them. No, I think Baby Bee did ball wind them all for me.
Mine are all ball wound, thank God, but also that is a problem because I don't know which color goes when. I'm gonna have to like look at our very old list of like, but it's okay. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna get it done. I'm very determined. I want to wear it.
There are people who have done the knit alongs and then they post in their project page the order of the colorways.
Oh, thank God for them.
Yeah, I know, they're amazing.
Thank God.
They're amazing.
Okay.
So yeah,
there's hope for me.
This one, as you can see, it is a scarf. You can seam it at the end if you want to. Nobody's stopping you from that. It is a scarf. It's a nice extra wide scarf, and there are instructions on how to do it. Wide, like double wide to make a wrap. Beautiful. Or just like a super wide scarf. Like kind of like the extra wide mountains of minis that I showed earlier. So you can do it in the 10 gram minis like I am, or the 20 gram minis. And I'm pretty sure, according to my math, you only need 1 skein of your contrast color for either version. So yeah.
Sweet. Yeah, because there's going to be a decent amount left over from the contrast skein.
Yeah, for this one, because I think I calculated you only use about 8 yards for each section, and then you have 26 of those, so it's about half your ball. But yeah.
Sweet. I just like it so much. I keep lifting it up to look at it. I don't even have this. I don't think I kept the Bridgerton advent for myself because I was on idiot mode once again. You know what? I like to say things and then I regret it later, and then I'm just
keep
like
one of each for myself. And
I have so many advents, and I'm not like a mini skein person because like I can't get them done. Like I don't know what is wrong with me, but like I don't like weaving at all the ends or something.
That's the one nice thing about this one. You don't have to weave an ends on that one.
That's why it's my favorite.
You can just knot them in the back and
it's my
the inside, and then it just kind of stays. The only problem with this one, the most complicated part for me, was seaming it at the end and making the join not too
I can't
messy.
find it.
It's here, so you can kind of tell the pattern is a little different. Just because I do not know how to slip stitch well Kitchenering.
So I mean, it looks like from far away, you can't tell, like unless you're like really examining it, and like I'm sorry, who's gonna really examine it and like pick on it?
But yeah, so
those are the advent patterns.
Yeah, those are the advent patterns, and again, 50% off until the end of December.
You should make your cottagecore throw a advent.
That one is in there.
It is in there, good, because it definitely should be, because you can totally inspire things.
Because there are other patterns, and there are 2 that are mini skein ones, but I don't want to be here for an hour going through all of the mini skein patterns.
Also, like it's kind of like it's advent season, so most people have they have 25 colors. You know, like I need something for 25 colors.
Yeah. But so what are we doing? So for the rest of Advent, since we're here and we got you here, and Vlogmas. After this, we're going to do our day 1 Vlogmas. So I'm just going to throw in the beginning of, from the beginning to end of the day. And then we're just going to do that for the rest of, we're going to film and put our stuff in. We might do some check-ins every day because I did that last year and that was really fun to do a check-in at the beginning.
Plus I have I kind of want to, since I'm actually doing the knit along this year, and I'm really going to be strict with myself to actually do the color each day. That's really hard for me to do. I have what is it called when you're you can stick to a routine and you're you know what I mean? I struggle.
We're not routine people in this family. That's part of the reason why our business is always kind of a little bit scattered. We're just bad at we're very much artists in our hearts and our minds. And Queen Bee was saying the other day how she wishes she was somebody who had a room perfectly organized all the time and all of this stuff.
Don't we all wish we were like that?
That's just not how we are. At 50, you're not there yet. It's just not for us. That's not how our brains are functioned. Oh my gosh, are you talking about your pattern? She has a pattern coming. She has a pattern coming.
I haven't had a pattern for a very long time.
Oh my gosh.
Which one do you want to wear?
The yarn is going to be in tonight's update. So by the time this goes up, the update will be live. So the yarns.
Which one do you want to wear? The larger size or the smaller size?
The smaller size.
Okay, that one's mine.
Oh my gosh, I have.
And that one I used 2 different colors.
But I need to finish the Innsbruck sample so I can get full pictures. But anyways, oh my.
Well, you don't even need to worry about that because you have how many other people in this house knitting that as well.
It's so squashy. See, she's trying to make me knit her hat instead of finish my pattern.
Well, you should take the yarn at least you want before the update goes up. So it's a It's like kind of a hat you can wear in 2 different styles because you like knit the brim down, but I kept some ribbing on the bottom, so then you can wear it kind of like,
yes, you can see
slouchy.
And there's a very imperceptible line here where you fold your brim in.
And
so
you
it
can't
is a
tell
folded
when it's on
brim.
that there's necessarily that, but it makes it double warm on your ears when you wear it like this. Because I love the classic beanie, like hipster, like classic beanie look sometimes. Like that's what I'm going for. You know what I mean? This is the smaller version, and this is the larger one for probably like men.
Big headed
I made this for my brother. It was actually like kind of like a, like, what is it called? I'm blanking on words today. No, I have hat
You
hair.
could go anywhere with that direction, so I can't help you
like,
right
well,
now.
we did it together. We like designed it together.
Oh, it was a collaboration between you and Roby?
I love it like this because it's like a little
I didn't
like
even know
Russian kind of like
Oh my gosh,
fat
it's
fluffy brim type
it kind of
hat.
has a, it honestly has a fisherman vibe. You know how
Right?
fishermen always wear those hats with the giant brims and they're almost like a little bit shorter?
Yeah, and I kept it kind of like loose on top, so it would not give you super bad hat hair. Even the tighter version has it.
Oh my god, you knit this for me?
No, that one's for me.
Oh my god, but it looks perfect on me.
Maybe it is for you. Maybe I would look better in like a blue or something. I don't know.
Oh my gosh, why does it look perfect on me? It's the same
But yeah,
color as
I
my
really-
winter witch hat and my Bavarian forest hat though.
I
But that's
mean-
just my kind of color, okay? Like, who cares?
Well, that one, it was like a weird decision because I decided to take the brown, I think it's hickory, and the nightshade spun sugar and held them together, so it's like brown and purple,
I
so it
didn't even
gives you like a
notice.
kind of, like I have the yarn in here.
So this...
So it's like literally these two.
Oh my gosh, and really that purple really takes over.
Yeah, the purple really takes over, but I don't want a purple hat. Like I wanted it to be a little bit more neutral at the
And
same
when you
time,
look,
so the
I don't know
brown.
if you can see, but when you look at it, it kind of has a little bit more of a, like, you can see the brown yarn. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty.
I really like it.
I love it, and it's so comfortable.
And then this one, I just used Pineapple Express
for both.
for both.
Yeah, so what it is,
Is
it is a, sorry, I'm gonna just,
That's fine. Go.
it is a tweed DK. You could use a not tweed DK, but we have tons of tweed DK in our shop right now. It is a tweed DK held together with a lace brushed mohair or brushed alpaca. We have brushed alpaca called spun sugar because none of us can wear mohair really. And yeah, oh my gosh, it's so
just like a super quick, like
squashy. What needle is it?
5s. I think it's 5 from the whole brim up. Like there's no needle changing, and there's.
So if you want to, you could use a worsted as well because it is kind of like a worsted at the end. But I would do it.
Yeah, I mean, if you want. I mean, you could also just do like. I'm pretty sure if you just did the DK, it would be fine on the 5. Because I didn't want it to be a very like negative ease kind of hat. I wanted it to keep that like the fat brim feel to it, where it's like it's a little obnoxious. The fat brim.
No, I think you might get too much positive ease if you just do DK.
Yeah, it would
See,
be
the
too
one
slouchy.
thing is that since you have your brushed in here, it's giving you a little bit more of a non-superwash effect.
Yeah.
Whereas if you just use superwash yarn, because our tweed DK is superwash, it will be a little bit more drapey and
That's definitely
slippery.
why I did the smaller version, the
Mhm.
women's version or like teen version, and then the men's or oversized size.
I love it, it's beautiful, but that is a brilliant idea that like if you want to use, mix and match your tonals. It gives you such a cool
I was
color.
out there forever trying to figure out. We have like this
Oh,
peachy.
man, it's just not really showing up
And I
now,
was
kind
like-
of a little bit. It's brown, it's like
It'll show up in the pictures when I
undertones of
photograph
brown.
it.
Oh my gosh, it's so
Because now
cool.
that that one's done, Queen Bee is actually working on this one where she's using the same color and she's doing plum pudding.
Yeah, plum pudding is
and
one of my
it's-
favorite colors.
It's got the brim.
Oh my gosh, it's so cute.
Her cute little baby bees notion.
Okay, I might just cast it on and use the coral.
That's the one that I was really originally gonna like do. I was like, I don't
The
know why the
coral is
coral was
so
gonna look so
pretty.
good.
But I also want to maybe, oh my gosh, you know what would be so pretty if you did Edelweiss for the DK. So just white for the DK and then the coral for...
Yeah, that would be so pretty. That would look
Oh!
I know,
okay,
there's
maybe
so
I'll
many
do-
options.
Sorry, Chase.
The dog was like,
Dog
"Somebody's
just, like,
dying."
shut up. She's like, what just happened? Oh my gosh, it's
Well, the best
beautiful.
thing about this is that literally I was able to like read on my Kindle while I was knitting it.
Okay, I still can't do that.
Well, the thing is that since it's just like a moss stitch, but double moss stitch, so it's like even more freeing because like you're not changing
Where's
every
your phone?
row. It's
Can you just film that real quick? Yeah, you guys can just enjoy Peach right now. I'm gonna put her in here. Yeah, she is so cute.
knocked out. This is like
She's
when we would film
literally
Jam in the
living her
pen.
best life. Look at the tassel on her little back.
Yeah, she's just resting. I told you she wanted to be caught in the wool, but I love how this fits right now. I kind of wish I had done the bigger size for me, in a way.
Oh, I'm sorry. I love the...
Just because, like, I really love how... But I was
Hold on,
worried
try
because
this
my
one.
head is so small. I was worried it was gonna, like, look at the bangs
Well,
when I
one
take
thing-
the hat off.
One thing you have to worry about with hats, though...
Oh, no, this is fine. Yeah, no, I didn't make a mistake. I didn't mess up.
One thing with hats is that you want it to have a good amount of negative ease because it's going to possibly stretch, especially if you're wearing it when it's snowing because it's going to get damp and then it's going to block out to that size.
Exactly.
So she did not block these hats, and I would not really recommend
I'm not going to block
blocking
them. I wouldn't recommend it at all because blocking hats, honestly, unless it's like a beret style hat, no, don't do it. Don't do it. I don't care what anyone says. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Unless it's got like really complicated stitch work or whatever.
Even then, I'm sorry, your head is blocking it every time you wear it, and every single hat seems to just.
I blocked the pine cobble. You have to block the pine cobble because.
Do you block it? You don't stretch it though at all, right? You just like. Or do you stretch it
I
this
stretched
way?
it long
Because if you
ways.
wash it, you have to stretch it this way.
I stretched it to the dimensions that I wanted it laying flat. So I just did that, and then also it helps because if you want to look it up, the pine cobble hat. That's one of our designs too.
When I'm done with my.
It's got like a checkerboard of garter and knit stitches on it, so like that helps clean it up a little bit.
Yeah.
But this,
when I knit it, I'm probably not gonna block it because I'm bad. I didn't even block this sweater.
Well, it doesn't really need blocking.
Does anything need blocking if you're wearing it enough?
I think it really depends on the yarn, the person,
Some
and the
definite
pattern.
stuff needs.
I'm like a hardcore like you should probably really block most things just because it makes things look so clean. Also my sweater I did not knit. This is a wonderful thrift store find, and almost like look at it on the screen. It looks like Speltis.
Yeah, it looks really good. I like
oh
it.
my gosh, that's cute.
That's a very pretty sweater. It's another one that you bought, and it's like I'm gonna write down how to do that.
There's so many.
There's so many. We have so many like that.
But
But yeah, this is my new hat pattern.
and what is it called? I don't think you've said the name at all.
Oh, it's gonna be the Hey Bud beanie.
We're keeping it like very PG, you know, but like Pineapple Express was the first one.
Well,
so, like, if you
the
put
yarn,
it together.
how it dyed, the color broke, and it did like this weird, like goldish
it has
kind
like
of color in it.
splotches of yellow and brown in it.
So it very much looks like Bud. And I was like, okay. I am so bad, but like, you know, sometimes you just gotta do it. Sometimes you just gotta do it. My brother thought it was funny, so that's all that matters.
We're in Illinois, it's legal. But anyways, it is, okay?
And we were all kids once.
Oh my gosh.
I'm still a kid. I'm still a kid at heart. I'm
Well,
always gonna be.
we gotta wrap this up. We should do, hopefully we'll do another podcast, but
well, I plan on checking in, honestly, because I have so much I'm working on. That's going to be like podcasting in the vlog.
We'll just do that in Vlogmas. But
the
anyways,
vlog
let's
is like a podcast.
wrap this up so it's not like too much over an hour.
Okay, 45 minutes.
Thank you for watching, you guys. And yeah, keep an eye out for the pattern because it's going to be coming soon. You just have to write it down, right?
Yeah, it's already written down. I just need to make it look pretty.
Oh, she just
and
has to
understandable.
She just has to find
And I need to confirm the decrease on this one, like the stitch counts on each row. Because like when I'm knitting it, I go idiot mode once again.
I make mistakes all the time. But anyways, thank you.
But since it's this kind of knitting, it doesn't really matter.
Sorry.
If it's messed up.
I don't mean to keep
interrupting me. Oh, gosh.
I'm just getting very warm and I don't want more coffee.
No, we're good. We're done. Hello. Goodbye.
Catch us on the vlog.
Yeah.
It'll be right after this.
I actually already filmed stuff for it. A sheep got stuck in the fence and I filmed it. Good content. It's farm life for real.
Keep watching.